What's happening? Nick Martinez, Keto Dad here, and happy April Fool's Day. Oh my gosh, it's April 1st. Can you believe it? First quarter of 2021 is already behind us. It's been an amazing year so far. I mean, 2020 doesn't have anything on 2021. 2021 has just been rocking. So many people joining the world of keto, so many people deciding to get healthy, deciding to take back the pounds that they gave up last year and really get back on track. So today I want to talk about the biggest April Fool's joke ever, which is the fact that fat is bad for you, or the conversation that you probably have with some of your friends and your family who say, keto, that's not sustainable, that's not a healthy way to live. You may lose weight on that, but it's actually not healthy. So as you're hopping on, tell me where you're watching from in the comments. Tell me what you just had for lunch. And if you've heard these statements before, if you've heard these April Fool's statements of fat is bad or keto is not sustainable, you shouldn't do that, type in the comments, I've heard it. Type in the comments, I've heard it or been there. What's up, Christina? How's it going? Shirley from Austin, Texas. Hey, Rocky and Priscilla from North Carolina. What's up from Mission, Texas? Margaret. Hey, Renee. How are you? From Kecky. I don't know where Kecky is, but that sounds like a fun place. So who else is on? Where are you watching from? Type it in the comments. We made these yesterday. If you were on the live, type I was on it. These are almond peanut butter bites, chocolate almond peanut butter bites. They're really, really good. If you want to check out the recipe, after this live, go like this, like 3 or 4 posts, and you'll see this recipe and the video here. Really, really delicious. And super, super yummy. So, today I want to talk about the 2 most, just biggest April Fool's jokes. Number 1, fat is bad for you. Number 2, the eating keto is not good for you, or it's not healthy. You will clog your arteries. It's great for losing some weight, but you don't want to stick with it. April Fools. April Fools. I mean, that's what you need to tell everybody. Actually, that's an April Fool's joke. The whole concept that fat was bad came around in the 1950s when this guy named Ancel Keys created the lipid hypothesis. He looked at all these countries around the world and he said, hey, these countries have high heart disease and they also eat lots of fat. And he basically created this graph showing that countries who had high fat in their diets had high heart disease. Countries that had lower fat in their diets had lower heart disease. Well, the interesting thing is if you actually go back through the research and the data, he failed to look at the countries that had high fat and had low heart disease, and he just threw them out as the paradox. In fact, there's one, the country of France, whose diet was the highest in fat, had the lowest amount of heart disease. He threw it out as the French paradox, saying, no, it's erroneous data. He was so set on his hypothesis that he pushed it through, and because of that, we have the food standards that we do today that have demonized fat. So the April Fool's joke is this: fat is bad for you, or eating keto will cause you to be unhealthy long term. You shouldn't do that, right? If that makes sense, or if that's crazy, type crazy. It's just crazy how we literally, from the 1950s on, have shifted the entire way that we eat, and as a result, guess what? Where has our health gone in the last 70 years? Right? What direction has the health of America gone? It's no coincidence that it coincides with the removal of a very vital portion of our existence and the replacement of it with carbs. Now, what's interesting is if you go back and actually look at all the research, if you looked at you created that same graph saying where is a heart disease, the correlation that did actually makes sense with all of those countries was the amount of carbs and sugar that they ate. The more carbs and sugar that people ate in those countries, the more heart disease that they had. It wasn't directly linked to fat, it was more linked to the inflammation and all the crap that happens when you eat carbs and sugar. It's just nuts. So literally for 70 years, we've been living in the biggest April Fool's joke ever, being told that we need to not eat fat. We need to eat the fake food, we need the processed food. In fact, when I was a kid, I would eat Skittles versus Snickers because Skittles were just sugar. Sugar wasn't bad for me. My mom taught me to look for fat. Fat's bad, can't eat that. But sugar, I would drink orange juice for breakfast. I would drink apple juice for lunch because it was good for you. It didn't have any fat. We would drink skim milk instead of the whole milk because the skim milk, well, might have had more sugar, but it didn't have any fat, so it was okay. April Fools. Guess what? We're now in a point in time where the world is realizing that it isn't the fat that is bad. It's the fats that aren't real. Of course, they're not good. The real fats from healthy animals, from things that exist in nature like pistachios, those are great. The other April Fool's joke here is keto is not sustainable. Keto is not healthy. It's great for losing some weight, but it's not healthy over time. Not healthy over time. So, think about this. If you were to ask your doctor, hey, should I go keto? Doctors right now, because they're still using the information from 50 years ago that was derived from an erroneous study by Ansel Keys, they're still using that. They might say to you, oh yeah, keto, I don't know. Some doctors who are ready, like who are up on their research, up on their science, and really staying in tune with what's going on, they'll tell you, oh my gosh, keto is amazing. You should definitely do that. There's so many out there who are using it as a tool to help their patients become well. Instead of just writing prescriptions and putting a Band-Aid on challenges, they're saying, hey, you should look at shifting your lifestyle, shifting the foods that you eat to help you create great health rather than repel it. Now, here's what's interesting. If you ask your doctor, should I go keto? It's 50-50. You're going to have a doctor that says, it's amazing, do it. You're going to have a doctor that says, nope, you can't do that. It's not healthy. That's just the way it is. My encouragement to you is if you're working with a doctor, you have to advocate for yourself. And if your doctor is not up on that, I would look for a new one. I would seek a second opinion. You don't have to, in this day and age, you get to choose who you work with. Hey, are you into like good, healthy eating? Okay, now if you have a doctor that you are concerned about their opinion of keto, here's what you ask them. Hey doc, would it be okay with you if I would reduce the amount of sugar that I eat and eat less like processed carbohydrates like pasta and breads and that kind of stuff, and instead eat lots of really good leafy green vegetables, lots of broccoli, that kind of stuff, eat lots of great quality protein, and then add in good healthy fats like olive oil, like fish, like butter, maybe the occasional bacon, like good healthy fats. Would that be okay? And guess what your doctor would say? He would say, yes, that sounds amazing. You didn't say, hey doc, I'm just gonna eat bacon and butter for the rest of my life. I'm not gonna eat any vegetables. I'm not gonna eat any protein, right? That's what some people think keto is. But the reality, keto is a healthy way of living that you can live long term because you're fueling yourself well. Look at a picture of what keto looks like. It looks amazing, right? Good healthy fats, lots of vegetables, great protein. Boom. What more could you ask for? There is no essential carbohydrate, right? Bread is not, even though the food pyramid used to be like this. Remember that pyramid? The bottom was all the grains. Of course, where was it? The back of the Cheerios box. That's interesting, isn't it? Back of the Cheerios box tells you need to eat 11 servings of grain a day. Fat's up here. One little piece of fat, even though like your brain thrives in a fatty environment. Hormones are made from like fat. Like there's so many different things that your body needs from fat. Your body does not need a lot of stuff from carbs. You can get it from everything else. If this makes sense. I'm preaching today. I'm sorry. I just, it was April Fool's and I'm like, I really want to talk about the biggest April Fool's in history. It's the fact that we demonized fat 50 years ago and it's shifted our trajectory. Good news is we all know differently now. And you can choose to allow your brother-in-law who said, no, you can't do that. You're going to die, to sway your opinion, or you can step in and realize, okay, this is how we were designed to eat, designed to thrive, designed to live. Look at the facts around you. People who are eating the standard American diet are getting sicker and more unhealthy and larger on the daily basis. People who are eating low carb, people who are adding in good healthy fats, eating great protein, are thriving, are crushing it. I wonder which is better. I wonder which is better. So, happy April Fools. I hope you all are having an amazing day. Stay tuned for some more fun recipes. If you want to check out the recipe that we just did for this, it's incredible. I'm having a little morsel right now. And I hope you guys have an awesome one. So, remember, keep it simple, keep it fun, keep it keto. We'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.